On the morning of June 22nd, I left my Airbnb in Calgary around 4 a.m. in order to make it to Canmore in time for sunrise. After a short hike through the woods, I came upon a spot that I'd been looking forward to shooting for quite some time, as the reflections of the Three Sisters and Mount Lawrence Grassy could be amazing in the early morning light. A storm was moving in as I arrived, and I continued to shoot through the rain as shafts of light moved across the ridge and across the valley. Rainbow coming into the Parkway. Another beautiful day. Great start to the summer. Snow just across the top here. After shooting the Three Sisters on the morning of June 23rd, I checked the forecast and saw that potential thunderstorms would be moving up the Icefields Parkway all the way up to Jasper. So I headed off with hopes of more breaking storm conditions. I was very surprised when the rain began to turn into snow as I headed north. We had just passed the summer solstice, and while I had expected some chilly temperatures in the mountains, I definitely wasn't expecting a fresh coat of snow on the road as I drove. I don't think I saw it mentioned in the forecast either. As I drove north, the snow began to fall heavier, and suddenly, it looked more like I was driving in January than late June. June 23rd. And big snow squall that I drove through on the way in. Can't tell if it's making its way up this way or not, but it's snowing pretty heavily over the pass. Right behind me, 35 degrees. Hard to believe this is June. Okay, June 23rd. Icefields Parkway, still getting snow. Just heading up here to see if there's any potential shots. Snow-covered picnic tables. Cascades up here. I want to shoot that from the other side of that river, but dang. Over the next several days, I made multiple trips up to the Icefields Parkway looking for thunderstorms. I made it as far north as Jasper, but the cloud ceiling closed in and the thunderstorms dissolved into a flat gray sky. So I headed south again and spent the majority of my time over the next few days exploring the area between Jasper and Bow Valley. Sun breaking out here at Bow Lake. where that ice was. Look at this. Middle of the lake, I guess, is the last, or it's super shallow, and there's ice. Maybe there's like a higher point or something. Either that or there was thicker ice out here. Dark clouds down here finally. I don't mind seeing some lightning and thunder. Yeah, this is more like it. Maybe I could do a time lapse. Oh gosh, over where? I don't know. Oh! Maybe it stays stormy like this. It'd be cool to set up a time lapse over more. Oh gosh, it's not Morton's, it's Merton's. It is Morton's Corner. One of those. It's actually called Morant's Curve, and it's easily one of the most popular spots for landscape photographers in the Canadian Rockies. Most people will wait patiently for hours to get their shot of the train going by, but in my case, I was more interested in getting a time lapse of the incoming thunderstorm moving across the valley. Ooh, got that one. Some thunder and lightning. Man, this thing blew in hard. I took a couple kids. They were hitchhiking down from the Morant's Curve, and just dropped them off because they would have gotten soaked. It came down super hard. After finally getting a thunderstorm at Morant's Curve, I drove back towards Banff before turning around and heading back into the storm. I drove through some of the best light of my trip while trying to get to Emerald Lake before sunset. The light died before I could make it to Emerald Lake on June 28th, so I gave up and headed down to camp in Kananaskis, which is a gorgeous area south of Banff. While this area is not nearly as popular as the Icefields Parkway, the mountains and valleys in Kananaskis easily rival those found elsewhere in the Canadian Rockies. When I arrived, the forecast was calling for thunderstorms over the Spray Lakes Reservoir area, and I decided to spend my last couple of days shooting there before starting on the long drive home. Gorgeous night in the Spray Lakes Valley. Got some nice clouds, nice light so far. I want to see them halfway up, but not sure if that's true. It went way faster than I thought. Another scramble. Something tells me this is the last one. I think I get up to those trees and then everything's straight up just like this, except the trees get a little bit thinner. I think it's just up here and to the right. Thunderstorm setting up. Spray Lakes. Larger hailstones coming in. Waiting for the hailstorm to pass by. Big lightning bolts in here. Again, not even 7 o'clock yet. And originally I was going to head back yesterday, I think, was the plan. So, I think I'm just going to call it. If I pass something else on the way out, cool. But I think I'm going to try to get to, what time is it, 9:12? If I can get down to Great Falls tonight, that's a good target. Little guy. He's the bear. Is this Mama Bear? This is Mama Bear over here. After shooting around the Spray Lakes area on the morning of June 29, I finally set off for home. Between the trip to Arkansas, South Dakota, and the Canadian Rockies, I had put about 8,000 miles on the new van, and it was time to head home to begin the process of changing my Sienna into a camper van. I finished most of the work on the van by late August in time to head off to Denali, Alaska on the first leg of what became known as the Epic Fall Color Photography Trip. And if you'd like to check out those episodes, I'll leave a link at the end of this video. Before I end this episode, here are a few shots that I came home with from my amazing week spent in the Canadian Rockies.